In 1937, RCA brought out this. This is an RCA jack, also known as a phono connector, an RCA plug, and an RCA connector. They have lots of names. And today I want to talk about the history of this along with Tascam, because it's been on a lot of Tascams. Now, before I start, I want to talk about this. These are known as phone connectors. So anything that looks like this, so this or this, where's this one? This one, this is just a little one. They are known as phone connectors. So your TRS is known as a phone connector. They have been around, from what I've read here, the late 19th century. So they were late 1800s. They came out. 1902 is when they were referred to as a jack. So that was the first time. So this is a phone. This would be a phone jack. It's part of the phone system because they were originally used for connecting phone lines. But yeah, that's another part of music history right here too. This little guy. That's pretty much a guitar jack nowadays, is what we call them. Then you have our good friend, the XLR. The XLR was created by James H. Cannon, founder of Cannon Electronics, and it was brought out in, well, it looks like it was brought out around in the 50s. They got 1955 here. They had a female connector as well. So yeah, so that's when the XLR came out. So this is a 50s product. This is a 30s product, and this is an 1800s product, and we're still using them today. Well, kinda. So this all started for me because about a month, not even a month ago, I was going through some marketplace kind of thing. It was either on Facebook, even though I'm not really on Facebook anymore, or Kijiji, which is Canadians. Pretty much Facebook Marketplace is Kijiji in Canada. Say they're both the same thing. And somebody was selling a set of speakers that her grandfather had. Now, I'm 55, and sadly, I could be a grandfather. It is possible. I don't think it is. I don't think it has happened, and I'm not worried about it if it does. But either way, I could be a grandfather. And she said that the speakers had a weird connection at the end. Now, these were older speakers. They're probably from the 70s, and they had connections like that. And I looked and went, they're RCA jacks. And I'm thinking to myself, do you mean that the younger generation does not know what these are? And I'm like, oh, boy. And then I thought to myself, well, what about Tascam? Tascam has a history with these. Pretty much every Tascam Porta Studio that is out there has these up until, and this includes the model series in this, up until the model 2400, because I think the model 2400 came out before the Studio Bridge came out. And they all had these. The Model 24 has these. It has an input section for RCA jacks. And Tascam has been probably one of the only companies out there, because when you think about RCA jacks, if you're as old as I am, or you're not even as old as I am, these were on everything. Your video game machines had these. Your TVs had these. Your VHS recorders, your what else is there? Your VHS systems, your consoles, everything had these. You even ended up having, when high resolution came out, like high resolution on TVs came out, you had extras. You had 5 of them at one point where you would hook them all in. You had 2 stereo and then the 3 video, and they've been used everywhere. And honestly, now you don't see them anywhere anymore, but you saw them on the Tascam equipment still. Like, I'll be honest with you, when I bought my DP32, I was shocked when I saw that it had 2 RCA jacks on the back. That threw me. I did not expect that. I did not think, because it is, I bought this in, well, when did it come out? I gotta look at my list. Came out in 2014, I think. And yeah, I did not expect to see RCA jacks because nobody was really using them anymore. So, and like, yeah, and then I have this like, I don't have my little camera set up, so I can't show you, but I have my little Art Pro USB 4 system, and it does not have RCA jacks on. I was going to say it did, but it does not, because I'm using RCA jacks with 1/4-inch cable. So this is what I have in here. Let me just pull these out for a second while I just pulled the one out. So yeah, so it's an RCA, but it's going into a 1/4-inch jack because that's what I'm using. Because when I play what I worked on the DP32, it comes to that. Also, all my other consoles except for the Model 24 has RCA jacks. My M30 is pretty much all RCA jacks except for the XLRs and then two weird coaxial things. And on the 2488 has a digital channel transfer, and it's an RCA jack. And they are just so common for Tascam, and I don't understand why, but that was one thing. If you look at it, even though it was fading out everywhere else, Tascam kept it up until the Model 2400. And there goes the dog barking. And so I just wanted to point that out. So it's a part of our history, and I thought it was kind of funny that this woman says, I don't know what these are. I have no idea. She took a picture of them. They're this. I have no idea where they came from. I have no idea where you put them. I remember having a Ghetto Blaster with phono ins and outs on the back so that I could hook in my CD player. Hell, the cable I'm using here is an old CD player one. It's got the stereo plug on the one end, and then it goes into this. This is what I would have used on my CD player. I have this guy here. This is, oops, let me move over here. That was one I was showing as well. That is, it's got two RCA females on the top, and then it's got a this is an 1/8-inch stereo plug. And I also have that one. This is a female to female connector, and then this one, which is a mono, just a 1/4-1/8-inch to a RCA. Sorry, they're a little blurry. But yeah, and it's just funny. And the one that I showed there was the XLR on the one end and the 1/4-inch on the other side. So they're everywhere. Oh, and then I have this one. This is the 1/4-inch to an RCA. And yeah, it's just kind of funny. And I wanted to point that out. It's one of those things that it's like they're everywhere. My 238 is loaded with them. That's pretty much the back, the in and out on it is RCA. It does not have any 1/4-inch plugs on it. And so yeah, I had to go out and buy special cables so that I could plug it into my patch bay. But yeah, it's just all weird. Just weird the way things are, and I'm gonna have to buy more of these because I want to take my M30 and I want to hook it up into the 238 so I can use the two together. But yeah, it's just crazy. So I want to just point that out and say, you know what? I just want to give a little history on it because I was wondering myself, how old is this thing? When was this invented? And of course, then you find out that the one that more people use anyways nowadays for us guitarists and that, the 1/4-inch, has been around even longer. But that's still going, and I don't see that ever going anywhere. I don't see that dying. Maybe someday they'll bring out an HDMI style one that you plug in and it'll just break it out. But then you got to have another extra box where you can plug these in to do it. So it's just going to be insane. So either way, I just wanted to point that out and say thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.
It's MIDI, not MIDI. 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 Call it MIDI.